Hey everybody, this is Ed from the Whiskey Tangent Podcast. I'm here with Scott.
Hey everybody.
And today, for this short, what we're going to do is, I came across a top 10 list, and we were kind of surprised by what was on it, and Scott's going to tell you all about it.
All right. This was ranker.com. I don't know if I was that familiar with the website. Were you?
You know, I've seen a lot of their top 10 lists and never realized it was all being generated by the same company, and you guys have too. If you ever go on Facebook or Instagram, they're all over the place.
Right.
And some of them are intriguing, and some get, good conversation started. And some of them you're like, that's complete bullshit. I'm not agreeing with that list.
Right.
Whenever they rank the top guitar players or the top,
I know.
the top movies of all time, it's really fun because I feel like they always throw like number 7 in there just to piss you off. You know what I mean? So all of a sudden there's some some eclectic Indian guitarist that you never heard of from 1952.
Right.
That's top 10 now.
Making a list like that is hard. And I think the reason why ranker.com was created in the first place was because a single person or a single magazine would do a top 10 list on whatever, like you said, guitarist or candy. And
Reese's Cup, by the way, but go ahead.
Yeah, I would agree. That'll be our Halloween short. Where was it going? So this site was created in order to give the worldwide opinion. Basically, they call it crowdsourced rankings on everything from films to food. They believe that the opinion of millions is more relevant and far more predictive than the opinion of one critic. So they have 40 million worldwide unique visitors.
Wow.
They outrank nearly every consumer site in minutes spent per visit, collects over 15 million monthly votes across more than 100,000 lists, including extremely competitive searches like best movies of all time, which has 4.3 million votes.
See, now this is kind of an age-old argument in itself. Do you give it to the unwashed masses to make the decision, or should it be in the hands of people who focus and have a little bit more of an expertise, if you will?
Yes.
Like, should you have to be a guitar player to pick the best guitar player? I don't think so, but some people would say that's it. And does it have to be a popular guitar player? Like, listen, if nobody really likes your stuff, are you that good? So it is interesting, though. I think I do applaud ranker.com for giving us one place where we know the popular opinion is being represented.
They do have mechanisms in place to
mechanisms.
Yeah, to eliminate the possibility of people like trying to band together like upvote something just to get their special person highest.
4.3 million is tough to get a group together to sway that number, you know?
Exactly.
It's not like we could tell all our podcast listeners, all like 18 of them, to go out and sway ranker.com.
That's right.
It used to be 12s.
Yeah,
now we have 18s of fans.
18s of fans. Yeah. The one that was most interesting to me was that you can sign up, you can get an account, and you can create your own separate copy of a list. So if you don't agree with the top 10 that have been crowdsourced, you can make your own top 10. That's yours personally. And what they will do is they will count your rankings a little bit higher than they would have just anybody coming to the site and ranking them.
Why? Because you went to the trouble of making your own list?
Exactly.
All right. They reward effort on ranker.com.
Yeah.
So anyway, the list that I came across was the top 10 bourbons as chosen by the masses is how the catchphrase was.
Right.
So Scott, go through the list and tell the people, A, what the list was, and if you remember what episode we talked about it.
Whiskey short. Oh my God, put me on the spot now. So yeah, as Ed said, these are the top 10 bourbons as ranked by you.
Number 10, Basil Hayden's.
One of our favorites. Going back, this was episode 2?
2, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, absolutely 2. It was Basil Hayden and Old Granddad Bonded 100.
That's right. Are you surprised to see it at number 10?
I think it belongs in the top 10.
Yeah.
I mean, we can argue whether it should be 7 or something, but I'm not mad.
Number 9, Knob Creek.
Right, and Knob Creek was in episode 7, part of our origin stories.
Yeah, and I think I'm kind of surprised to see it at 9. I mean, I really like it, but
I was surprised it made the top 10. I thought with 100 proof, it was more of an eclectic taste, if you will. But I think what the list is going to show us is that Beam Suntory does a very good job of marketing its product.
Yeah, they do. Like these two, Basil Hayden's and Knob Creek, are part of their small batch
family.
Thank you.
Family of bourbons, correct.
Number 8, Maker's Mark.
which we did an episode 2 episodes ago.
Maker's Mark, a wheated bourbon, a classic, been around since the 50s. I think definitely deserves to be on the list for many reasons.
Yeah, it's very popular.
And we actually kind of resurrected it in our inventory.
We did.
Because we had not drank it in so long.
Yeah.
That when we went back and visited it, we were like, wow, this is actually a nice drinking bourbon.
Number 7, Booker's.
The complete opposite of Maker's Mark.
Yeah, so the third of the Basil Hayden Knob Creek Brotherhood, if you will. And I happen to have some because I got some for my birthday.
Word.
Baker's, the fourth brother, is not on
the top 10 list.
Not on the top 10 list. Booker's is terrific. We just had it
yesterday
because I wanted to open it, and it's 128 proof.
Yep.
But it's fantastic.
Named after Booker No. It's one that begs you to self-proof it with some distilled water, with some ice, complex flavor. It's just spectacular.
Yeah.
Number 6, Eagle Rare.
Very surprised that Eagle Rare made it because, it's still under the radar. And what's funny is I've seen it for as much as $49-$50 a bottle, but most places still have it at $32 to $33 a bottle.
And maybe at number 6, it's not under the radar.
I guess not. If the most popular ranking site in the country with 40 million people involved have picked it as the 6th most favored bourbon, that I have to say I need to stop saying is under the radar.
Right, I know.
Number 5, Elijah Craig. Here we go.
In Scott's face. Elijah Craig just posted you on the dunk to the forehead.
He did.
Dunked, made you do a shot of him, and dunked on you again. Elijah Craig is spectacular from the Heaven Hill family. We talked about him a lot.
Yeah.
And Scott Kid's around. Every time he drinks it, he loves it.
Yeah.
He just doesn't buy it because there's 10 other bottles that he likes to drink. So he gets crowded on the liquor shelf in here. You know what I mean?
Well, I will give it its due. I was not surprised to see it on the list. Maybe surprised to see it at 5, but, I'm not angry.
Number 4, Buffalo fucking Trace?
If it was number 10, I'd understand it. It's certainly not better than Eagle Rare, and it's not much cheaper. I think it's just the masses, in this particular case, not knowing what they're doing.
Right.
You could mix it if you want whiskey and ginger or ginger beer or Coke even, and not do too much damage to it. It's simply not as good a sipping whiskey as the other 9 on the list.
Yeah, we actually paired it in episode 4 with Eagle Rare.
Correct.
And it did not compare favorably. To see it at 4 above Eagle Rare is
it's
what's
just
surprising.
wrong. It's not better than Eagle Rare.
I don't think it belongs in the top 10.
If it was just on sales, maybe, but this isn't about sales. They're saying the best bourbon.
These are people just picking it.
Right, but it should not be the 4th most popular bourbon in the country. It just shouldn't.
Number 3, Pappy Van Winkle.
I think just on reputation alone, I don't know how many people have actually tasted Pappy Van Winkle. It's pretty rare and very expensive. I mean, with the rest of the ones that are on this list before it, these are all incredibly cheap comparatively.
This is why Citizen Kane is number 1 on the movie list. It's got the name recognition and everybody throws it up there.
Right.
I understand the elements of Citizen Kane that make it unique, but in the last 80 years, there's probably been a better movie that's come out.
Doesn't make it a good movie.
But it just sits there at number 1, Rosebud, over and over again. So,
it's a fucking sled.
Which would you rather watch? Shawshank Redemption, Goodfellas, Godfather, or Citizen Kane?
I watch all of them before Citizen Kane.
All of them.
Yeah. Fuck Citizen Kane.
Seriously.
Fuck it right in the cornhole.
Number 2,
Woodford Reserve. Paired with the Knob Creek in our origin story. This was Ed's.
Yep, and I guarantee you I drank a half gallon of it this summer. I love it. It makes a great Manhattan. We call it the gateway to whiskey. When someone says, you know what, I want to get into whiskey, but I haven't ever really drank it, I go, hey, Woodford Reserve.
I do too.
Or Basil Hayden.
Yeah.
They're very, very similar in that they're very user-friendly when you first go in. Compared to let's say, a Russell Tenure, which has a little bit of fire, or a Knob Creek, which has a lot of intensity. Woodford's not like that. And yet it holds up. It's not a thin bourbon.
No.
It's not like it lacks depth of flavor. There's just something about it that's very, very nice.
It's a perfect expression of what a bourbon is supposed to taste like.
Number 1, Blanton's.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a terrific bourbon. We have not been able to get it recently. I've not even seen it on the shelves. I think it's a lot more expensive than it used to be.
Well, because like we talked about, Blanton's, which used to be about $55, $56 a bottle, is now $80 a bottle at most places because you simply can't get it.
Also, I think what's going on is people are hoarding.
Yeah.
They see it. They see 5 bottles in the store. They buy all 5 bottles. And then everyone else is shut out of luck.
I think people know how rare it is, and then they're buying it for their friends and stuff. I think Scott's right.
People are being dicks.
You see this a lot with like sporting and concert tickets. You buy them, and then in the secondary market, they're double, triple prices. Well, now liquor stores, since they're independently owned, they see an opportunity. You know,
yeah.
this is like why Disney World charging $4 a bottle of water. They know you can't go out and get it water elsewhere.
Right.
What about that, Mickey?
Mickey's taking that bottle of water and shoving it right up your ass.
There's so much fanatical Disney people out there. Okay.
Yeah, they're fucking weird.
They're a company. They make billions of dollars. Relax.
And some of the most surprising people are like, oh my God, I'm going to Disney. You're going to Disney? You like Iron Maiden. You like nipple clips. What are you doing at Disney?
Well, I mean, we don't know. Goofy's gone a while, but listen.
Goofy.
Yeah.
Is he? Do you think Goofy's the sexual deviant?
Which one would you think would be in a nipple? I don't know. Minnie, you never know.
Minnie.
It could be.
Yeah, Minnie. Minnie's totally into it. She seems all sweet. Hey. No, she's in the nipple clips.
Freak. All right.
Yeah. And French ticklers.
Yeah. It's my granddaughter's favorite character. Let's just leave Minnie Mouse alone right now before I get letters from my family. All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning into our informative little short on the top bourbons in the world today, as we gratuitously pat ourselves on the back for doing episodes about them.
Well, I think they comprise like a beginner's list of what people should actually try. And I think we're right in that wheelhouse.
If you have a good tasting drink of these spirits, you're going to have a very nice repertoire on what you like and what you don't like in the whiskey world. All right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So thanks so much for listening. I'm Ed.
I'm Scott.
This has been a Whiskey Short.
Later.